This is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, today's podcast episode, I want to start off with a question, and that is, how well do you handle criticism? You know, when someone criticizes you, how does it make you feel? Do you take it to heart? Does it knock your self-confidence? Does it send you scurrying off to your little safe space? You can be guaranteed that when you're building a business around your passion, you are going to bump up against criticism. You're going to find people who don't like you and don't like what you do. So in this podcast episode, I want to give you some mental tips, tricks, and tools that you can use to see criticism in possibly a new light, that you don't take criticism to heart, and that you can keep going forward even though you are being criticized. Now, to start it off with, I'm going to give you 3 places that you are going to face criticism from. Now, the first one, which is one you're probably not thinking of right now, is you. You are going to criticize you. Because what could happen is you could maybe come along today and record a video. And then you would look back at that video and you'd say to yourself, well, I look horrible. I sound horrible. That's a horrible idea. There's no way anyone's going to like this video. And then you just delete the video off your phone. Now, you didn't give us a chance to actually have a look at that content to see if we liked it, if it was a good idea, or if we were going to criticize it. And I think a lot of us, unfortunately, don't actually go to step 2. We actually stop ourselves at step 1 because we feel that we're not good enough. Now, it's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you can't make videos. It's not that you can't write ebooks. It's not that you can't actually build a business around your passion. It's the conversations in your head. It's the monkey mind. It's mental programming. It's conversations that maybe were said to us or maybe said about us that we heard that we replay over and over again. We have flashbacks to moments of maybe exam grades, of someone telling us that we were stupid, maybe somebody telling us that we were ugly, maybe somebody telling us that we weren't going to amount to anything. And then when it comes to us taking action, we listen to these conversations as if they are the word of God or whatever your beliefs are, but we believe that that person was right about us, and so we just stop due to that criticism. Now, that criticism doesn't exist anywhere in the world but between your ears. And like kind of echoes from the past, that's all that negative programming is. It's just echoes. It's just fragments of conversations that we have latched onto and that we carry with us for the rest of our lives. So just because the monkey mind is kicking in right now and telling you that you can't do what you'd like to do, it doesn't mean that it's right. Now, you're going to find another place that you're going to face criticism could possibly be from family and friends. Maybe they might believe in you. Maybe they could look at your work, maybe watch one of your videos, maybe read one of your blog articles, and they just say, that's silly. You know, you're not a good writer. You're not good on video. There's no way you're going to be successful building a business. You may just forget about it. So you need to strengthen yourself to criticism from those around you. And sometimes those around you are the people that we look up to. And again, because they are so close to us, we feel that maybe they're right. You know, that maybe they're right. Maybe we can't make videos. Maybe we can't build a business around a passion because they know us so well. But you're going to find that the people who make those decisions about your future are not actually in your body. What they're doing is they are making that decision on how they feel about themselves, on what they've done in the past, what they think they can do, and what they do is they just reflect that knowledge on their answer about you. So the answer they actually give you, you might think it is about you, but it's not. It's been filtered through their life experience and how they feel about themselves. So just bear that in mind if you do get criticism of family and friends. It's not, again, that they're right. They're answering that question through their own perspective. Now, the third place is going to be people online and offline who don't know you right now. Because if you're going to build a business around your passion, you are going to want to get in front of new people and in front of lots of new people. And you can be guaranteed that some of those people aren't going to like you. They're just going to judge you straight away on appearance. Now, how do I know that? Because we all do it. We all judge people in a split second. You know, you see someone walking down the street and immediately we have this idea of what that person is like. Now, we don't know the person. We've never talked to the person. but we just make that assumption on that person in a split second. And we could be completely wrong. Now, we all do it. And you can be guaranteed that the people that you are going to get in front of are going to make those judgments about you. They maybe mightn't like you because maybe your accent, how you look, and your ideas or whatever. But they are just making a snap decision on you and just saying, I don't like that person. And again, that's got nothing to do with you. That is, again, their mental programming. What's going on in their head is they're looking through that perspective and they just say, I don't like that person because, well, part of me, it reminds me of a bully that I had at school. Or they remind me maybe of a teacher that I had years ago that I didn't like. Or they remind me of that boy that lived next door that was trouble. Or they remind me of somebody off TV that I never liked. They look a lot like them, so I don't like them as well. Now, we don't consciously sometimes think about the decision we make. It's just all this kind of mental stuff in our head that our brain just processes in just milliseconds or even faster, and then we instantly come to the decision, I don't like that person. And again, we've got nothing to back that up. So when it comes to, building a business around your passion, as I said, you're going to get it in front of new people. And the more successful you want to be, you're going to need to get in front of more and more new people so that hopefully they will watch your content, maybe buy your products, maybe hire you as a coach, and hopefully give you their money. When I think back to when I wrote my first fiction book, I wanted to sell lots of copies of my book. But I was afraid of people reading the book. I was afraid of thousands of people actually reading the book. And it's strange when you think about it for a moment, like that we want to do well, we want to make a lot of money, but we don't want to get in front of a lot of people. For me to sell a lot of my books would mean that I would need a lot of people to read my book for that book to do well. But I didn't want the people to read the book. I just wanted the money. And I couldn't have one without the other. If I wanted the book to be successful, it had to be seen by thousands of people. It had to be read by thousands of people. It had to be judged by thousands of people. And then if they liked it, I got the money from the book. So what I thought was I could have one without the other. But you can't. If you want to build a huge social media following, it means that you need to put yourself in front of a lot of people. A lot of people's going to have to see your work. That you just can't have a huge social media following without actually reaching out to those people and putting your content in front of those people. Now, as well, what I'd say to you is that when you do get criticism, you need to run it through this filter. Is it constructive? Is this criticism helping me? Going back to, first of all, our own mental programming, ask yourself, the monkey mind, the chatter that you're hearing about yourself, ask yourself, is this helpful? Again, going back to the video where the monkey mind said, well, Barry, you look crap in the video. And if I just run that conversation through that question of, is this constructive? It's going to be no. That monkey mind isn't actually giving me something that I can work on, something that I can improve. It just says, Barry, you're ugly and you can't make the videos. So how is that going to be helpful to me? And if I see that criticism in that light, I'll realise that, something, it's just noise. I don't need to listen to it. Again, the criticisms you're going to get from your family, run it through that filter. Is it constructive? Is it trying to help me? Or are they bringing me down? And you're going to find that in some cases, that criticism you do get is not helpful. It's not constructive. So again, why would you listen to it and just not listen to that noise? Again, the people online who possibly could be criticizing you. Again, run their criticism through the filter. You're going to find sometimes maybe people will just put a comment below your video, and when you read through the comment, it might have nothing to do with you at all. Again, usually the criticism that we face from other people are not about us. It's usually more about the person that is given the criticism. And again, read through maybe some of those nasty comments. When someone says, oh, you're stupid or you're ugly or, you shouldn't be online or whatever. Is that constructive? Is it constructive feedback? And most times you're going to find it's not. Like if someone said maybe in a comment said, well, you know something, I think maybe you should have done something with your camera, or maybe you set this up a certain way, or, you know, I think maybe that you should have maybe got a better microphone because maybe the sound is bad, or maybe I think maybe that, you know, that topic that you're talking about isn't relevant to us. And you're going to find that in that case, it possibly could mean that maybe I do need to get a new microphone, that maybe I do need to get a better setup with my camera, that maybe the idea that I'm talking about isn't relevant to those people. So in those cases, yes, I can take that feedback and I can do something with it. But everything else that I can't actually do anything with, well then, that's just a waste of my time, focusing my time and energy on it. And you need to be aware of that. So run whatever criticism you're getting through that filter. Is it helping me or is it hindering me? Is there anything I can do with it? Now, another thing I'd say to you as well too is when it comes to criticism, you are not what you do. You know, you need to distance yourself from your work. And what I mean by that is this video here, as I'm recording this video. Now, depending how long this video could be, it could be maybe 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, I don't know yet. But in this video, you are only going to see a snapshot of me. You're just going to spend 20 minutes with me in this video, or however long it's going to be. Now, the 20 minutes that we could spend together, is that a whole representation of me? Do you know what I'm like as a husband? Do you know what I'm like as a father? Do you know what I'm like, you know, as a person? Now, you may be able to get some of that across through the video, but that's not a full representation of me. And when you think about it, if my video was criticized, has that anything to do with me? You know, someone could criticize this video next week, 6 months from now, a year from now. And should I really go back to those videos again and again and just keep an eye on the criticism and then, you know, feel that that criticism is relevant to me 6 months from now, a year from now? No. And I think too many of us actually, because we really sometimes put our heart and soul into our work, we feel that our work is a reflection of us. Again, going back to my fiction writing, you know, I used to put my heart and soul into some books. Some books did well, some books didn't do well. And when you find that a book that yours just flops, you do take it personally. And sometimes when something like that happens, you don't come back and write another book because that failure was too much to take. Or maybe somebody criticized that thing that you created and we take it to heart. But again, is that book any reflection on me? You know, what I would do is I would write that book. I'd try to write the best book that I could. I would put it out there. But maybe the people on the Amazon Kindle store didn't like the book, didn't like the characters, didn't like the storyline. And again, they were criticizing the book. They weren't criticizing me. And that book would go off and have its little journey. It could be successful or it could be a flop. But all the criticism that it was getting was based on the book. But again, we sometimes take the criticism that is, you know, targeted at the thing that we do as a reflection on us. But there's not. There's a gap between us and the thing that we do. This video right now will go on the internet. It might do well. It might do badly. I don't know. We'll give it a go. But if people criticize me in this video, they're only criticizing me in the video. They're not criticizing me right now or a week from now or a month from now. They're just criticizing me on my thoughts in this video. So you need to separate yourself from your work. You know, do the best work that you can, but then let it go. Let it have its own little journey. If it's going to be successful, it'll be successful. If it's not going to do well, it's not going to do well. And if anyone criticizes that work, what they're doing is they're criticizing the work, they're not criticizing you. So separate yourself from the two. When it comes to criticism as well too, is that sometimes when you could find it maybe tough, I would recommend you go back to your why. Why are you actually doing this? You know, why are you putting yourself out recording a video? Why are you writing an ebook? Why are you trying to build a business around your passion? And you're going to find that when you do maybe get knocked down with criticism, going back to your why will actually, you know, fan the flames of that fire again and make you realize, well, you know something? I don't care what that person said about me in that video. I'm going to go back tomorrow and I'm going to record another video, because the reason I'm doing this is because I want to build a business around my passion, because I want to treat my kids, because I want to buy a new car, because I want to buy a new house, because I want to do all these things. And then when you think about the why, that fires you up, and then you realize, why are you doing this? Why are you actually putting yourself out there? Why are you putting yourself in front of new people, leaving yourself open to criticism? So remember, having a strong why can really, really help you get through these moments where you may be a little bit low and you may be thinking about giving up because you're just being criticized. Another thing I'd say to you as well too is that criticism comes with the territory. You do need to develop a thick skin. As I'm recording this video and putting it out there, as I said before, I'm going to be putting myself in front of new people who have never seen me before, have never heard about me, and could possibly make a split-second judgment on me. But I need to know that is what I'm getting into. And I'd say the same to you as well too, that it's part of the territory. You are going to be making videos for people that don't know you and will judge you and could possibly criticize you. Now, what I'd say to you as well too is that we kind of focus on the criticism. We focus on the negativity. But I know for a fact that I'm going to get in front of people who will possibly like me, like this video, and follow me. So there's a dark side, but there's also the good side. So don't get so focused on the negative side of everything going wrong, of everybody criticizing you, everybody bringing you down. You're going to find that, again, this unknown group that you're going to get in front of, your greatest fans will be out there. Some of your best customers are out there. And by you putting yourself out there, it gives you a chance to get in front of the good people. But you're going to find the bad people are going to be out there as well. But unfortunately, we can't just handpick the audience that we want to get in front of. You can be guaranteed that, if you want the good customers, the good followers, all the money, all that, you're going to have to be faced with the bad people as well too. The people who will never pay you, the people who don't like your content, the people who just have nothing better to do with their lives but leave negative comments below your content. So you can't have one without the other. So be aware of that. It does come with the territory. Now, when it comes to criticism as well too, and if you do find that maybe it is bringing you down and it is knocking your self-confidence, you probably need to build your self-confidence. Now, you can build your self-confidence with affirmations, positive maybe hypnosis tracks and things like that you can, listen to during the day or maybe night time to work on the mental chatter in your head and make it more positive. But as well too, what I'd say to you is that you need to celebrate your achievements. I think a lot of us unfortunately don't celebrate our achievements. Just actually celebrating the fact that you sat down today, recorded a video, put it on a platform is something to celebrate. Because you've done something that the majority of people will never do. People will talk about, I must do TikTok videos because I hear they're doing really well and you can make a lot of money on TikTok, or I must go over to YouTube because I hear that's where the money is and I can do that, or I must write ebooks because I hear there's a lot of money in ebooks and digital products, and most people won't do that. So the fact that you are actually thinking and actually doing things like that the majority of people won't do. Now, you mightn't be successful right now, but you should celebrate the fact that you are doing things that the majority of people will never do. So you should pat yourself on the back for doing that. And by celebrating your successes and realizing what you're doing, it's going to give you more confidence in yourself. Another way to boost your confidence too as well is to follow up on the things that you said you would do. What I found is that when I actually say to myself, well, Barry, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to make a video. We're going to put it up as a podcast. We're going to put videos on TikTok and YouTube. We're going to write some blog posts. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And that when I follow up with my little checklist and do all the things on my to-do list, by the end of the day, I feel better about myself because I've done what I said I was going to do. And you're going to find that as well too, that the more times you do what you say you're going to do every single day, it'll start making you feel better about yourself because you realize, something, I'm doing things that most people won't do. But what I can do is I can actually make myself do the things that I know I should be doing on days when I don't want to do it. And that's going to build your confidence and give you more belief in yourself. And it's going to make you feel more deserving of any success you get because you are the type of person who deserves that success because you're doing all the actions that need to be done. So I hope this podcast episode was helpful. It may have dragged on a little bit longer than some of my other ones, but I really hope it was helpful to you, because I know for a fact that when it comes to building a business around your passion, you are going to face people who don't know you, and as I said, are going to make split-second judgments about you, who won't like how you look, won't like how you sound, won't like anything you do. But what I want you to do is I want you to take your eyes off the people who don't like you and realize that out there on the internet, online, offline, that there are people who will love what you do, and that your greatest fans, your greatest supporters, your greatest followers, your greatest customers are out there in that unknown group. And the more you put yourself into front of more and more people, you're going to find that you're going to have both of those parties in that. You're going to have the good and you're going to have the bad. So stop focusing maybe on the bad, all the criticism, all the things that can go wrong, and start focusing on the good. Realizing that, if I'm going to build this business, if I'm going to make money, it means I need to get in front of new people, but a lot of these people out here are also going to like me. So maybe take your eyes off the negativity and put it on the positivity. And if you enjoyed this podcast episode, or if you have any comments on it, please feel free to leave a comment below. And right now, if you go to the show notes, you're going to find a free report that we have going at the moment, which is going to show you 10 proven ways to make money from your skills. So if you want to pick up that report, go over to the show notes and click on the link. And as always, have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.